I welcome you from the core of my heart, the person who are listening my voice from far distance. I am going to discuss by the grace of Allah on the basis of that is called English literature who are going to appear at the examination under different education board of this country, and honorable especially Minister of Education had already given you short syllabus and you are learning short syllabus. Very fine, I cannot refuse it. But getting the especially that is called result of Dhaka University admission is the battle. It is easy on the part of your dear students who are listening my voice, and how far preparation you ought to take or need to take for your especially not only doing well at the examination getting GPA 5, but also you should prepare yourself for admission battle. Among the students especially throughout the whole country who had already completed your syllabus properly and perfectly, and now you need to appear at the examination, you do not have any work accepted. Very fine, I personally congratulate you for taking serious preparation. But question is that the time is what our students is get to take preparation for admission is battle is very small issue one. By taking special scanty preparation for the examination of especially admission battle, it becomes a problem for them to come out successfully. I need to remind you one thing. When Dhaka University was first established in the year of 1900, of course you know especially in 21, on that is the time the student is who is to go to Dhaka University to get admitted themselves without any interview, only speaking with the teacher staff is who are serving there, they could get admitted themselves. Second largest university of Rajshahi, North Bengal you are getting, and I should share with you one thing. On that is the time first year, second year, third year, I mean justice within 5 years. So far I can gauge this. It is my personal assumption, but I don't know whether first especially best student, second best student of honors is especially third best, fifth best, even 10th best student of Rajshahi University are alive or not. Actually Allah knows, and that is called the personality who are most senior personality in this country staying different parts of the world including Bangladesh, you know. But ultimately it is my personal assumption, you know, a student did not face any problem going that place, they could get admitted themselves. And now look at this here, I should share with you near about especially part seat, near about 40 students are to participate, are to sit especially face viva. So in this section, of course, you know, the students who are going to face viva in different universities, including Rajshahi University, that is called the student who would be able to get chance and opportunity to read here according to selection board. He or she does not know whether she or he is going to get a seat or not. So it is called uncertainty. So such kind of uncertainty, I should share with you one thing, cannot be helpful, of course, you know. Therefore our learners who have already completed your physics, chemistry, math, biology, geology, other sector and section is both Bengali first paper, second paper, other thing is accordingly. Of course you can take his preparation for your coming admission battle. It will be highly helpful for you. In Notre Dame College, student is especially share with me this thing is that you know that the teachers of this college, they say you do not need to especially participate, you should not have any kinds of competition with other students, but the classmates of you who are sitting with you, you need to just especially participate in the examination and you need to contest this with him. It is correct. Dear learners throughout the whole country, you know, the number of especially the school students are increasing in leap and bound. On the country, we do not have sufficient educational institution in this country. But of course our student is especially can request Ministry of Education to as well as your UGC to give us two shift, and actually we don't know whether it is possible on the part of government or not, but government is can think over this matter to give us two shift, especially that is called section at every public universities of this country. Dear listeners, of course you know the persons who are listening my voice, both students and guardians. So far I know reading daily papers, the Daily Sun, Daily Star, other papers. There are many guardians in this country who are not able to send their sons and daughters to private universities or private medical colleges in spite of its having brain and quality. And there are especially some families so far I know that scholars they are interested to send their sons and daughters to public university, public medical college, public sector and section, and in which and that they can easily maintain their expenditure. If it is especially their school private university, and they will not be able to especially perform this task. But private university, of course, is another blessing for Bangladesh. Before the establishment of private university, students of this country used to go different parts of the world, and Bangladeshi currency would go many parts of the world we cannot deny. And in this and that, especially at present, our currency of Bangladesh, of course, can easily stay. Besides and moreover, there are some students who are highly ambitious, who came to this world taking the spawn of gold, taking the spawn of diamond, taking the spawn of pearl, taking the spawn of uranium, platinum. Very lucky family, very fortunate family, wealthy family, who are passing their day-to-day lives, especially going here and there by Mercedes, passing very luxurious life. It is easy on the part of them to go to Oxford, Cambridge, California, Madras, Bombay, and especially Charles Darwin International University, other parts of the world that to take education. This student can easily get admitted themselves into Edinburgh Medical University. Once upon a time it was Edinburgh Medical College. And of course we are getting that is called Presidency University at present. Once upon a time it was Presidency College. Jagannath is a college especially upgraded to university. Once upon a time Jagannath was college. But Dhaka University is especially directly established as university, not college. But we are funding Jagannath. Jagannath College was Jagannath University, present university. Once upon a time it was Jagannath College. Affiliated is under the University of Dhaka. After this we can notice it with the approval of the government. It turns into university. Whatever might be, and in which and that especially within 3 to 4 decades. 3 decades it is being noticed to many public universities which had already germinated throughout the whole country. But is it ever possible on the part of us, justice especially, to cope with the growing number of students who are coming out successfully, who are interested to study Central University of Bangladesh like Dhaka, Chittagong, Rajshahi, or something like that? Is it ever possible on the part of us? If not, is especially that is called. On the other hand, I learned National University especially took the students who had double GPA 5, both SSC and ACC, physics, chemistry, math, biology. Other subject is respectively only they selected is especially this student. But my question is that is the student is who got 9 out of 10, especially both SSC and ACC, and who are ambitious student, who are bright student, talent, sagacious, conscious, career oriented, especially where will they go to complete their honors? And if they do not get chance and opportunity to get any science subject in universities, but is it not possible on the part of them to especially try to be student under justice especially national university? Then if especially if national university cannot receive them, of course I should share with you something. And these many students, especially among them, would not be able to go to private university because of financial crisis. In spite of its having brain quality, capacity, sagacity, tendency, we cannot deny the students, especially who are reading in national university. So far I know, as an examiner under Bangladesh Open University, National University, I noticed especially on the time of evaluating question paper, answer of the question of honors courses in English literature, they have also ability to study in Cambridge University, Oxford University, California University, Madras University, Bombay University, Calcutta University, Charles Darwin International University, and Toronto University, and other first-ranking university of the globe. They have also quality and capacity. But they are especially studying at present throughout the whole country. I mean Technopur Detulia under National University. Because you see, this university student, you see, though they have quality, capacity, sagacity, tendency, their family would not be able to bear any such kind of expenses or expenditure sending their sons and daughters to abroad. For this is the reason a group of students, is the large number of students who are going to be deprived. To Minister of Education, is Honorable Minister of Education, that is called as you are formally requested is to consider the students and throughout the whole country, and it is my request is on behalf of a student. It is my petition appeal to you, that is called the student is who are not getting chance first time. You are requested is to give them opportunity to participate at the admission is participate in admission is battle second time. But of course, gigantic number of students, if they are being deprived, having a science background, for shortage of mark 2 or 3 marks, he or she did not get a GPA 5. But is it especially they are wrong? A student is who could not especially there is called get, I mean just especially average is 80% mark, he got his average 77% mark, 78% mark, 79% marks, or especially shortage of 5 marks is at the SSC examination, she or he did not get GPA 5, he or she has high quality and capacity, sagacity, brain, but because of especially poverty stricken is family, and that particular is students did not get opportunity to collect a lot of books to study properly and perfectly. I have noticed this thing in the time of evaluating examination script is under National University. So Honorable Minister of Education, as well as UGC Chairman, Honorable UGC Chairman, other intellectual people throughout the whole country who are related with education, you are requested to think about the large number of students of this country, so that they can get chance and opportunity to appear at the examination for admission battle second time. Cluster system is examination is of this country is marvelous one. We cannot deny this thing, and in this cluster system is a system student would not be able to that is called suffer going district to district here and there. And before this cluster system I noticed many students who used to come to Pabna would stay in different hotels, at the house of especially many residential places. Many justice, especially people of Pabna district, receive these students like their kith and kin relative. Many female students used to stay with female person of Pabna town, and especially they used to appear at the examination next day after they departed. Again, I noticed another thing is that is called many cars, bus came from different district of this country, and this student came in order to appear at the examination. At night they were bound to take rest in the bus only, but they could not especially enjoy sleep. Next day they had to appear at the examination. This burden has gone because of cluster system examination. So I personally congratulate the authorities who have taken this step in order to perform this task. But in education sector, there are many VCs, former VCs, my direct VC Professor Justice, especially there is many professor in this country I should share with you, and former especially Vice Chancellor as well as UGC Chairman UGC chairman is Sagasa CC person, Professor Siraj Sir Farmad is professor of Dhaka University. In the chain that there are so many professors of University of Dhaka, Chittagong, Rajshahi, many educationists throughout the whole country. Professor Mannan, one of the most Sagasa personality in Bangladesh, who was former VC of Chittagong University as well as UGC chairman. There are some other says Sagasa's intelligent personality. They may take steps for the students, especially who are poor and pauper. In what way government can't change their luck, in what way government can't take steps, especially for them, through which it is possible on the part of them to get a seat. But again, especially it is my request and appeal. We don't know whether this thing is possible or not in Bangladesh to start to shift, especially education, morning shift and day shift. But government can't take steps to perform this task connection, and UGC government as well as especially influential people of this country, they can easily take steps in order to solve the problems of a student. On the other hand, the especially stipend, permanent salary, and in non-government, especially called universities, especially private universities, it is sky-kissing expenses. It is sky-kissing expenses. For this reason, many talented students, in spite of having quality, they cannot read in duet, that is called as duet, duet, etc. And this student is especially are interested to take shelter going to especially world standard private universities of this country, standard subject. But this subject is especially very costly one, and especially their father and mother, I mean parents, guardian, cannot take necessary steps for the education of those personality who have special intelligence, quality, capacity, sagacity, tendency, etc. But these persons are deprived of their fundamental right. Besides and moreover, of course, so far I can understand this matter, of course, Bertrand Russell, especially the school, proved this thing. There is no democracy in education. The persons who are rich, aristocrats, who have especially vast amount of money, who can send their sons and daughters to develop education in developed countries of the world, it is easy for them to perform this task. But the persons who are the members of poor and pauper family, whose father is a rickshaw puller, driver, van puller, working class is a person whose father is earning something to maintain the family, to keep body and soul together. How is it possible on the part of their parents to send their sons and daughters abroad to get international standard education like Canada, America, Australia, China, Japan, Norway, other developed countries of the world? For this reason, especially for the gigantic number of students of this country, our honorable especially government, ministries, as well as especially Minister of Education and cabinet especially the school members of this country, including MPs of this country, aristocratic people of this country, highly qualified person of this country, says of this country, Sagasa scholar in different branches of education of this country, can consider this matter about the fate of those students who are going to be deprived totally. Whatever it might be, I do not wish to prolong that side. Let me consult this with my learners who are going to appear at the examination under different education board. You have learned it short syllabus, but of course you must learn something you are getting. But short syllabus is helpful for you to do well in the examination, but to get chance in special admission battle, you must know a lot. So short syllabus of this country is congratulated because of shortest time, as our student did not get opportunity to study. On the other hand, natural calamity did not especially forgive us. Natural calamity of greater select other special places of this country. Public are is suffering mass whose house had already been destroyed partially and totally and completely. But dear students, I am to just especially read before you in spree It is written by a famous poet. You are getting Irish poet William Butler Yeats. But you know properly the person who are romantic is especially poet. You are getting they are escapist. They are emotional escapist. They are not interested to mingle with hard reality of the world. They are interested especially that is called to travel in the garden with prince, with justice, especially aristocratic people, beside the river, beside the seashore, journey by boat, launch, steamer, etc. Traveling by helicopter, plane, other justice, especially vehicle and vessel. Interested to enjoy the natural beauty, but they are not interested to come to especially enjoy to get is suffering through distress and agony. You know properly Montgomery especially was liked by this poet Justice Irish poet William Butler Yeats. Montgomery especially was a heartless lady. She didn't respond to the call of this person. It was a tension issue of this poet. Second thing is that the poet was very busy to work, various conception, action of literature, other thing respectively. But since she did not especially get chance and opportunity to rescue himself from the hand of his suffering through distress agony pain, therefore he wanted to come here where is getting a lake named Innisfree. Coming here, the poet would be able to notice the floating swans, ducks, floating ducks, chirping sound of birds, lot of justice, especially little boys and girls by wearing good dresses they have come. Lot of justice, especially there is singing bird who are singing here. Lot of justice children who have come in order to enjoy the natural beauty. They started especially melodious music, joyful music. Some of them are uttering, expressing, reciting rhymes. Some of them especially are enjoying different of course Some of them are eating different items of food. You are getting like that is called groundnut, like just sweetmeats, other thing according to what they like most, especially the children. The poet wanted to forget his suffering and sorrow, distress and agony that you are getting. Similarly, you especially got John Keats who died at the age of 25 only, and he said beauty is truth is beauty. Especially and another speech sentence was uttered by this person, of course especially a thing of beauty is joy forever. But especially the poets are lover of beauty, lover of justice romance, lover of justice especially garden, lover of especially the houses of the prince, etc. In each and that lover of especially birds, beasts, etc. They are not interested to mingle themselves with suffering through distress, agony, pain, and especially they are interested to enjoy their life. Shimil Dollar Coleridge, you are getting another personality. St. Coleridge, you are getting the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Here you are getting nature, and natural is the beauty. Percy basically is another person, of course who especially was the son of aristocratic family, rich family, but he had personally wrong. But this person especially that is called also wrote something, we are getting Ode to West Wind, Ode to Skylark, other thing respectively. You are getting Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote. Percy Bysshe Shelley also wanted to enjoy life properly and perfectly, but once upon a time Percy Bysshe Shelley after sunset he travelled by boat. The boat turned turtle, thus his life was ended. In the and that we lost especially that is a very famous person, especially who was poet of love, especially poet that is lover of nature, etc. etc. He had gone oblivion. In this section of course there is getting written with this particular person, writer of Don Juan. Of course probably you have heard the name of this particular person. He also just especially wrote some poem in this section. In this section we are getting the touch of love, touch of especially that is called attraction for many things. Robert is the first American is poet, of course you know. This particular person also just wrote about his nature, beauty of the nature. Emily Dickinson of American is the poet you are is getting. This particular is the lady also composed is many things and for the betterment of this society. Dear learners, obviously reading your short syllabus, you will be able to get this GPA 5 in English or more marks than this 90 marks is average. But ultimately question is that taking especially short preparation for your admission is better. You cannot do well in the examination. For this reason, I am mentioning before you many things. Obviously, you will read those things, what is essential, but the person who are ambitious, who are interested to read central universities of this country, including medical section, Kuwait, etc. And many of you who are interested to go to abroad especially acquiring versatile quality, vast quality, appreciated quality, supportable quality, desirable quality, strongest quality. You must especially acquire versatile quality that you are getting. There are students, especially cadet college of this country, you got opportunity to get proper education. But the students, especially who are learning BTC curriculum, Cambridge University, Oxford University, they are getting more and more chance. Beside and moreover, there are some other institutions throughout the whole country. Countless teacher staff who are trying their best to especially improve the quality of students throughout the whole country, and they are also just encouraging our students and to perform a lot of task connection. I have noticed another thing. There are some poor and pauper students who are completing their SSC syllabus. SSC, many of them could not purchase this book. Many of them could not collect their formal dress. Many of them especially could not perform especially a lot of task connection what they need. But college life is very shortest one, and college life is not especially as big as primary school or secondary section. For this reason, it is very short. Very short is a life, of course, it is getting. And the students who are enrolled throughout the whole country under different education board, you must understand one point that our time is especially limited. In this limited time, we must know how to complete our syllabus, how to reach our targeted goal. I do believe it's one matter that you have understood this thing. You do not have any problem. You see what I want to do. May the mercy of Almighty Allah come on us, through which it is possible on the part of us to go ahead. And the students, especially who are listening my voice, you may take preparation ultimately, having a good connection with Oxford University, Cambridge University, Bengali to English to Bengali, Longman. Of course, that is called special. You may read this autobiography of Oxford University, autobiography of Cambridge University, autobiography of special other universities of the world, autobiography of very famous men and women of this country. And famous men and women of this country of the globe, of course, shall especially encourage you how to reach your targeted goal. But the students, especially who have already completed your syllabus, you may have friendship with Longman Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, Cambridge Dictionary, and other Indian dictionaries. Obviously, some dictionaries which are published from London, America, other parts of the world. Phonetically, linguistically, especially there are so many languages clinic in London, America, as well as other places where many scholars who are trying their best to develop this language so that it is possible on the part of them to help countless learners throughout the whole country, whole world. Not only whole country, but also whole world. Of course, especially the world is like a global place. Let us try to take steps to go ahead by acquiring versatile quality. Let us bring glory for our society, for our families, for our countries, for the nation. Through it is possible on the part of us to raise our head properly and perfectly, and thus we can especially be men of men. Thus we can be men of men. Thus we can be established as a person. Thus we can be civilized as a nation. Thus we can be civilized as a person. Thus we can acquire a knowledge in civilization. Thus we especially can acquire a knowledge on honesty, purity, simplicity, magnanimity, generosity, cordiality, humanity, as well as especially humanitarian action. We need to know how to perform this task in action, because man is best creature of Almighty Allah, and we are very short-lived this creature. Thank you very much. Thank you all.